my Area 51 line. You're on the air. Hello.
Welcome to the Blondes and Booze Paranormal Podcast, where what you've known as reality will be shattered by the truth. Krista and Brandy will lift the veil from your eyes, revealing what has either been hidden or denied you for eons.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy freaking Thursday.
Freaking Thursday. You're right.
It's almost the weekend, man.
I know. I'm like, it is actually my weekend now. It's my Friday night.
It is your Friday.
It is my Monday.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I took a PTO day tomorrow, so I'm off tomorrow. Yeah, I'm taking the girls. I'm a slacker. We haven't went school shopping yet, and school starts Monday, so we're going tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing like wait until the last minute, right?
Oh gosh. Everything my daughter needs is been ordered like on Amazon.
Yeah. I know.
It's like
Well,
I'm trying
we'll
to avoid
hit
the store.
Target and Kohl's and that kind of thing tomorrow. So
Right?
I
My
hate
son's-
shopping though. You know that.
My son still has another week. He goes back to on the 25th.
Yeah.
weird.
Girls
I thought-
start on Monday, the 18th.
Wow.
Yeah. And my daughter, she starts on Wednesday.
Oh, golly, guys.
Wow.
We start first. It's good to see everybody here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And we got a fun show tonight. We have one of our favorite people is Josh Hurd from Malvern Manor, and we'll bring him up in just a minute. But Brandy, you want to talk about the conference?
Oh, sure, absolutely, absolutely. If you haven't heard, which I'm sure
We have
you
a
have,
conference?
but I'm gonna tell you again because
Right.
like it's next month, everyone. It is next month. It is the Crossing Realms Conference. It's September 19th and 20th at the Eagleton Civic Center in Richmond, Missouri. I can't tell you how much fun this is going to be. We have some great speakers, some great special guests. We have a psychic gallery reading by Marilyn Bast. We have, I don't even want to call it a meet and greet. I'm going to call it like part one of the conference is going to be on Friday night, which tickets are available for that still. And on Saturday, the tickets are available. Sorry, the ghost hunt is sold out, been sold out from like the first, I think, week. We had it available. It was sold out. We have some great things going on. We have vendor spaces still available. That's because we have a great big old fairgrounds that we can use. So never fear. But make sure you're starting to secure your vendor spots now so you get a good spot and you're not out in the back 40. I'm just saying. Anyway, you can go to Crossing Realms Conference on Eventbrite or under Blondes and Booze under Eventbrite and get your tickets and vendor information. And we do have tours available at the Ray County Museum that will be happening twice on Saturday. So make sure you get your tickets for that before it's sold out because that is very interesting and really cool place. You know, and don't forget your audio equipment and your camera. You might kept something because things happen during in that place during the day. It doesn't really matter. Some of my craziest things have happened there during the day. So make sure you've got all that stuff in tow with you. And I don't know what else to say, you guys. It's going to be an absolute fun time and we are excited. And like I said, I took vacation for this event just so I would be available at all times. And I'm like, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready.
I took from Thursday until that following Tuesday off, so I'm good to go.
I got
Wednesday to Tuesday.
Yep,
Wow,
I do
okay.
too, Brandy. That's what I took, Wednesday to Tuesday.
Yep.
So we are all on the same page, thinking good minds think like. Bigfoot Michigan Rob is flying into St. Louis on that Wednesday, and then we're going to head up to Richmond, up to the museum.
Oh yeah. So I mean, this is going to be a fantastic event. It's just going to be fun, y'all. I swear, it's going to be like one big friends gathering. And it's just going to be really cool. So make sure you go to Eventbrite and look under Crossing Realms Conference or Blondes and Booze, and you're going to find it. September 19th and 20th. Get your tickets and make sure you secure them, because we will have a cutoff point. And that's not because of us, it's because of the fire department. We can only have so many people in a building. So make sure you get your tickets, and we'll see you there.
Yep. All right. Well, I am not going to waste any time. I'm going to bring one of our speakers up.
Yeah.
And
one of our favorites.
One of our very favorite people.
Hey, guys.
Welcome,
Hey, Josh.
Shelly.
How are
Welcome, Shelly.
Shelly
How are you,
Montgomery, new
Josh?
member. Awesome.
How you been?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Doing good.
It's been a little while since we talked to you, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's been a lot of stuff, a lot of just life stuff, has been going on. But yeah.
I understand.
I think the last time I talked to you, you just put a shower in there at the Manor, Malvern.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah,
That's a thing now.
That's a thing.
It's not the best shower, but it's a shower nonetheless. But yeah, it works.
those ghosts have to stay clean somehow.
That's right. Dang it!
That
It's
they
very
do.
important that they still practice hygiene in the afterlife.
Well, yeah, when I first saw the shower, I'm like, well, I don't need it, but it's good to know it's there just in case.
It's there, right? Just in case.
Just in case.
That's
Just
right.
in case.
You know, I've been watching your stuff on YouTube. I've been watching your channel, and I've been watching your little road trip you had.
Yeah, we just went to the sleeper mortuary in Iola, Kansas, and yeah, like even Kirsten, who was with or whatever, she was like, I think I found a new favorite location. Like Malvern
Wow.
Manor no longer exists in her brain. She's like,
Really?
Oh wow!
oh my God, the place is amazing, guys. It is so cool. So, and it's huge. It's like 15,000 square feet. It's massive.
Oh, wow. So,
So,
like, so do they do events and stuff out of there?
Yes, they are doing a couple events. They really just opened not that long ago. So, but yeah, they do have some events that are scheduled and all that stuff. So yeah,
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
sure it'll be more and more as time goes on.
Yeah. We're going to have to look that place up, Brandy.
Well, I know. And, I loved your video, especially because you made a major mistake like I have
did.
done so many times.
It was
So you've
so
got to
bad.
tell everybody what you did, because I found it funny because I'm like, I've done that.
Oh, it was so bad. So, we have things like kind of planned out. It's like, okay, listen, I'm going to go to the basement for the next hour, and I'm going to do like a solo investigation. So everybody stay up on the third floor. I'm going to be all the way down in the basement. Just please be quiet. And, then after that, you guys can do your stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I went down there. I filmed like an intro. I filmed like all of this stuff. And like, I mean, you know how I do it, which is just like one continuous shot. Like what you see is what you get. And there's nothing, there's no fluff and BS and all that crap. So I could have sworn to God that I was recording on this camera, and it's a new camera. So I'm still learning, damn it. But I didn't have it rolling. It wasn't rolling. And then I noticed that it wasn't rolling, but it was like 16 minutes into the solo and things were happening. And so I was like, oh my God. And I mean, like literally the first things you actually hear me say is, I haven't been recording this entire effing time.
Yeah.
And I say that like just over and over
He
and over,
just
trying
keeps
to
repeating it,
process what the hell was I thinking? What did I just do? Yeah, absolutely crazy. But yeah,
So what all
I
did you
screwed up.
miss?
So
What?
there was one very significant thing that I did miss. Thank God, audio was rolling, so that's good. So we could still hear what was going on. We just couldn't see it, which there really wasn't anything to necessarily see other than the hair standing up at attention on my arms. But it was very odd. I said, could you please just definitively let me know you're here? That was it. A very simple question. And you hear what sounds like pipes, like metal pipes scraping. like against each other, like chicka
Oh,
chicka
wow.
chicka 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 chicka, and it kind of like increases in intensity, and then it kind of ebbs and flows, and it's very odd. So I was like, what the hell is that? And at first it sounded like it was directly above me. Then it sounded
Mhm.
like it was 5 feet over there, then like 10 feet behind me. And I even reached out to Tori, who's the location owner.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm just curious. Like if somebody were running a sink or a toilet, would that, and she's like, absolutely not. She's like, but I have experienced what you did, but only one time
Mhm.
before. She goes, I didn't know what the hell it was. And I was like, I didn't either. At first I was like, is it an animal? Is it something that's just natural with the pipes or what?
Right.
It wigged me out. It
Wow.
was it
Yeah.
was really, really cool. But I still have no idea what that was. Um, the next video that comes out will be the last session that we did from that
Mhm.
building. And there's some really cool things that happen in that one. So I'm excited to get that one
Oh,
Awesome.
I
put
can't wait
together
for it
and
to come
edited
out.
and all that jazz. So yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys have not subscribed to Josh's channel, it is in the description of the show, but I will also post it in chat as well too. So
Thank you.
go
Yeah.
show Josh some love because you really do. You're out on there a lot. Like even at
I
Malvern,
I
you're
I
all the time on there.
try, and
Mhm.
I am trying, like when I'm at Malvern or whatever, I'm trying to just dig into
Hmm.
anything. Like if there's something weird that's happening, the camera's always charged up. It's ready to go. So I grab it and I just go because I'm neurotic as hell. Um, but I will just grab the camera and see if I can. And sometimes I just want to try experiments and
Mhm.
see if I can elicit some kind of a response from a certain whatever entity that I choose, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, but yeah, it's fun. Like I'm having a really good time with it.
Right.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
One
see.
of the things that I really like about your channel is that you will let cameras run for sometimes a whole weekend.
Yeah,
And people
yeah,
just be watching it and oh, did you hear that? And people in chat, oh, did you hear that knock? Did you hear
yeah.
that? Whatever. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
It's I I absolutely love doing that too. And it's kind of a double-edged sword because now is the time of year where it's like it's super busy because it's nice
Mhm.
outside and there's not
Yep.
a lot of things going on. So
Hmm.
a lot of people book the Manor now, and it's like I'm really looking forward to some free days in the winter months and things
Mhm.
like that, so we can get
Yeah.
back to doing that because that's
Yeah.
my favorite as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So October 4th, we have the Manor. Are you going to
You
be there
do.
with us?
I am. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
the day after my birthday. I
Awesome.
so yep.
Well, we
So
will
I will
bring you a
be
birthday cake.
Yeah.
don't bring no cake now, dang it. Like listen, I need to drop some
Yeah.
LBs here, guys.
Yeah. So I
But
want to tell everybody too, anybody who's in chat, we will do a drawing and email blondesandbooze@gmail.com. And if you want to come to Malvern Manor, it'd be October 4th. Send us an email and Brandy and I will choose a winner for 2 tickets.
Yep. We'll
Nice.
do our special wheel of fun.
Our
oh,
wheel
that's
of fun.
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. So anybody who wants to come, just email us at blondesandbooze@gmail and we'll do a drawing, huh, Brandy?
Well, I do want to say something, Josh. I do appreciate, well, with you being a haunted location owner, that you do investigate
Yep.
and then put your findings on your channel. I mean, I don't know a lot of owners who do that.
Mhm.
I,
They're more on the business side, but
yeah,
it's kind of like when you're a paranormal investigator and you're investigating your own, location,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
you just know that it's so much fun.
See, I appreciate that. Um, it's weird to me just because I'm like, well, I hate business. I hate numbers. I hate money.
Hmm.
I hate it. I don't, whatever.
Mhm.
It's a necessary evil, right? And so
Mhm.
I just, it drives me nuts. So like, this is what I know how to do. And like, if I can do it and then we can correlate data, and if it helps another team or then how
Mhm.
we then progress through, I'm like, gosh, dang it. Like, all I want to do is just, I want a ghost to walk up to me and shake my hand. That's what I want, but it's not going to happen. But like, like,
Maybe a pat on the
Ultimately, though,
back.
yeah, anything, right? This is a little pat on the rump or something. I don't know yet.
Whoa.
Well, Brandy and I had that happen. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
at Malvern,
Yeah.
when you told me, oh, they won't bother you in here,
Oh.
they'll let you sleep. BS. I call BS because
That was a lie.
they walked in there too.
That was a lie.
Lie. It was very
That was a-
interested in what I was doing. I was sleeping, but it was very interested to come over and wake me up for sure.
It was weird too. Like back in the day, I would spend certain nights there.
Mhm.
Again, just like running cameras and experimenting and trying to do whatever. But every time I would go to the studio and I would lay down on the couch, and just as I was like drifting off to sleep, the door to the studio would just slam wide open
Wow.
and hit against the wall. And I'm like, sons of bitches, like I know what you're doing. Like I know that you're just messing with me right now, but
Yep.
homeboy needs to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I get it. So I ended up putting a damn deadbolt on that studio door just so it wouldn't slam into the wall any longer.
Yeah.
But like Richard Estep gives me crap all the time. He's like, do you really think that that's going to stop a ghost? And I was like, well, no, it's not going to stop a ghost, but it's going to stop the ghost from slamming the door into the wall.
Right.
Plus, it mentally makes me feel better. So
That's what happened the last time. I think I'm gonna go sleep on the couch in there
yeah, no kidding,
instead of
right?
sleeping in the other room.
Yeah, because it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you
Because
what.
we had never heard anything in there ever. I mean, never.
I
And
think
that
the
night,
fact-
for some reason,
Well, I think the fact that it was just Brandy and I there, two women, maybe. You know what
Maybe.
I'm saying? It was just
Maybe.
you and I there. Nobody else living was there. So
well, if you also remember, that is the night that I got my arm pushed really
did.
hard,
you did.
and
Yep.
I think something was just messing with me the whole entire night. I think it was just following me around and just doing stuff, just to do it.
Yeah, it
It's
really
crazy.
was. It really was. Josh, you want to briefly talk about, because people like scary stuff too. And
Yeah.
can you briefly talk about one?
Yeah, we don't exactly know what this is, really. We do know that it's like this, it's certainly a male spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and it has this really deep, gravelly voice, but it just refers to itself as number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay,
Oh, wow.
like when I first started hearing that come through, I also found it interesting that I would be sitting in a room, like Gracie's room, for an example,
Mm-hmm.
having like a spirit box conversation. And then you get these responses from her saying, he's coming, I have to go, I need to hide,
Mm-hmm.
he's here, and then nothing. Flatline.
Right.
Absolutely. And it's super crazy. But then here comes this nasty, gravelly voice saying like some of the nastiest things you've ever heard in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it made me wonder like what this potentially is. I one night I got so upset that I was like, what if I just try to get rid of you? And all it said was bring God. And I was like,
Ah,
yeah. So
Wow.
that it freaked me out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a tenacious SOB. Okay. Like I'm not just going to stop at that. Like I'm just
Right.
going to keep pushing the envelope because that's just
Mm-hmm.
what I do. But I was like, if you are kind of what you're alluding to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you prove it? I'm like, scare me, but scare me to the point that I never want to come back here. Like
Right.
terrify me. And I'm like, screw it. Let's smell a little brimstone and sulfur while we're at it. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's
Wow.
do that. Like let's see that. Let's
Yeah.
smell that. Nothing. And I'm like, that's what I thought. So in my head, I'm like, well, maybe you're just some very odd type A narcissistic POS that used to be around here, right?
Right.
Which there's only one that really comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of looking into everything or whatever. I mean, there was this gentleman who ran the building, and it was towards the latter part of its life, literally ran the place into the ground Turns out like this guy was doing insurance fraud. He was verbally abusive,
Mhm.
physically abusive, and all of this stuff. It turns out he didn't even have like the proper licensure to pass an aspirin to somebody. So, um, but
Mhm.
his wife did, and he was like piggybacking off of that. Long story long, he goes to prison. Thank God, because I talk a lot of smack about the guy, but he passes away in prison. And just so happens to be just roughly about the same time that all of this number one crap started happening. So,
Mm.
is it him? Is
Right.
it just him because he's like, oh, this is my building. I rule the roost or whatever. It's like, give me a
Right.
break, dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
no. So
Trying
it's
to
kind of
make
crazy.
himself badder than he really is.
Hmm.
And I mean, if we're going by going by what he's kind of alluding to or whatever, like I know for a fact, speaking with like past employees of the place, this man was not very well liked by
Mhm.
people that work there, people that live there, people in the community alone, just in general. Just
Yeah.
they did not like this man. Um, Probably rightfully so. But
Yeah.
um, I don't know. What it's just it makes me wonder if like I know he would scare them. I know he
Mhm.
was very type A, and I know he was just kind of just big and bad or whatever. So is that why? I mean, it's like
Right.
almost like, oh, he's back now. And because we weren't getting that before. We weren't getting any of that before.
Yeah. And
So
I've been to Malvern, quite a bit now. And,
yeah,
I've never if there's something that's truly a demonic entity, like I definitely would pick up on it. And I don't see that there. You have a couple nasties, but I don't believe in the demonic side of things. I
I would
don't.
agree. I would totally agree with that.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, there are certain things in there that are just pissy or whatever,
Right.
sure.
Right.
But I mean, that's anybody. I could point to a neighbor right now. You know what I mean? It's like the same deal. It's like, yeah, that guy's got a stick up his ass over
Right.
there across the street, whatever. But
What's his
I,
name, by
I,
the way?
I'm speaking really loud. His name's Tom. Whatever. It's fine.
Hi, Tom.
I went to school with him. He's a good dude. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
he's a good dude. Um, but yeah, it's just weird. Like I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I hear
But
you. I hear you. Do you want to talk about briefly when Paranormal Files Colin was there and what they did with the Luminol upstairs?
yeah,
That
that
was
was
pretty
really
cool.
cool. So before they started the investigation, which I was leaving town when they were coming in. So we gave like quick hugs, quick little smack on the rump, and go get them, Tiger. And then I'm off, and they're
Mhm.
off and doing their thing. And he had called me the next day. Well, he got with me that night, and he was like, "Hey, do you mind if we use luminol?" I said, "I don't mind at all." However, I'm like, that hallway's been luminol to death. I'm
Mhm.
like, and every time that you use luminol, it's going to lose some of its intensity. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't even know if you're going to get a shine out of it, honestly.
Right.
I'm like, but please try it, whatever. Um, they did. I don't think they got anything
Hmm.
out of that, out of the actual like
Right.
physical hallway itself. But then he called me the next day when they were on their way to the airport, and he was like, "You're never gonna ever believe this. This is the craziest thing ever." Sent me the pictures. In
Hmm.
Inez's room in the closet, there was these blood spatters and all that. And I was like,
It was a lot
guys,
of
like,
blood. It
and
looked like a lot.
it almost looked as if like they tried to clean it,
Hmm.
but maybe just with like a wet rag or something. And it's like, because you
Right.
can't see it on the door,
Right.
but I mean, you can
Wow.
tell that it wasn't
Hmm.
properly cleaned in
Right.
order for it to lose that glow
Hmm.
or whatever. But
Mhm.
man, that was trippy. Because obviously I had never seen that before. You know, we had never
Huh?
thought, oh, we should
Right.
luminol the closet or whatever. Like they must have just went up and down everywhere and were checking for
Yeah.
things. But it
Wow.
was
Who would
really,
have
really
thought
cool.
Inez's room too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Super weird.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
those are really nice people. I really enjoy them when they come to the manor.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. So let's shift gears.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, I know that you went out to the woods Bigfooting with Dave Glidden.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you
It
want
was
to talk about that?
the most terrifying night of my life. Yeah. No, this was listen, I'm not exactly an outdoorsy kind of guy, okay?
Just
I
the
do
haunted
enjoy,
house kind of guy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
I do enjoy you know, doing the Sasquatch thing and the UFO thing and all that. It scares me.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were doing that, it was interesting because we had like 40 acres of just thick forest to explore. Dave had this idea that we should split up. And I was like, yeah, we're going to just YOLO this entire investigation. Why not? Right? Cool. It also was on, you know, I remember the date specifically because my mom's birthday is on September 20th. This was September 19th into the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like just past the midnight hour and all that stuff. And I remember that because I had looked at my watch and told my mom goodbye because I was like, it kind of sucks that your oldest son is going to die on your birthday. That sucks. You know what I mean? But it was weird because I found out that night that my fear mechanism is to speak, is just to talk. And so when I get really scared, I'm just going to keep blabbing the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I was doing in that video because I'm just talking and I'm kind of like explaining what I'm doing. And I'm also just like any internal thought is just coming right out. It doesn't matter. but we're doing this and I'm walking through and I hear like a disturbance of some sort, right? And it was off in the brush that was just kind of off to my side, maybe 10 feet away. And I was like, what was that? But it sounded like more than a rock, like a stone of some sort had been chucked in there and just landed into the brush. I was like, okay, I'm still going. And then it was another stone or whatever that landed directly behind me. And that made me pucker a little bit, if you know what I mean, because that was different. Because it was right beside me. And it became very clear to me that I was like, okay, I remember walking through this with the owner of the land. And he said, you know, usually they'll give you a few warnings. Like usually it's like 2 warnings and then it's like you need to get out, like a 3 strikes and you're out type of deal. I'm like, well, that was strike 2 for sure. You know what I mean? That's like, whatever. So I'm like, I don't want to stick around for strike 3 because that was an inch away from my feet. Like Dave and I at one point that evening were having a conversation and him and I were standing, I mean, maybe 4 feet apart from one another. We also had the location owner with us as well, and he was standing closer to me. What was interesting is we started hearing very similar things like rocks being thrown and sticks breaking and snapping and all of this stuff. And it was like, what the hell? But then rocks were going right in between us. So I'm like, they're missing us on purpose.
Right.
Like, if this truly is what we think this is. Also, right when that was happening, I should also mention the smell that came over us. It smelled like a wet dog had rolled around in hot garbage. Like it was very strong, like pungent, and it kind of stuck with you, you know? But it was almost like it's there, and it was there for just a minute, and then it's gone. So that was like the last time I ever went, you know, squatching or whatever, you know, whatever the kids are calling it these days. But yeah. But man, it was interesting for sure. Like we had left out offerings, things like that, food, you know, different things that the owner said that they really enjoyed. Like I think peanut butter was one of the things, like a jar of peanut butter that we left out. And before we left, we went and checked the peanut butter. It was still there. It was still in the damn jar, which I was,
Yeah.
damn it. But it was pretty neat.
Mhm.
It was pretty neat regardless, but yeah.
Yeah. So we Brandy and Paul and myself, we're part of Haunted Souls Paranormal, and we have exclusive rights at Emmaus Village in Marthasville, Missouri, which is outside of St. Louis.
Yes.
And we have had, it's not only a haunted old asylum, but it's on a bunch of acres, like 300 something acres. And so we have had Bigfoot activity out there. We got with Miguel Ramirez from Sasquatch Theory. He came out there and spent a weekend with us. And like the activity was out of this world on the cryptid side of it. We also sat outside. We're watching weird things going on in the building. We're sitting outside doing Bigfoot stuff, and the sky was going crazy. I kid you not. We've probably seen 20 UFOs. Am I right, Brandy?
Wow.
Yeah, there was a bunch of light sources in the sky that were doing erratic movements that didn't resemble plane or helicopter or anything like that.
That's
and definitely not satellite.
Yeah. So my point being is one of our events that we're going to be coming up to, I'd like for you to come and check this place out.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
There's an Airbnb there. We can put you up.
We could camp though. We could camp though, right?
We do that. Yeah, we can camp.
Yeah, I don't recommend camping unless it's definite cold outside, because it's so backed up to the woods there. The ticks are pretty fierce and everything out there. So I do recommend using the Airbnb because we have the run of the grounds all night.
That's
awesome. It's not like you have to leave there. You can stay there all night long if you want to investigate.
That would be so much fun. Yeah. Oh my God.
Because
that would be a lot of fun.
There was definitely one part where we're sitting out there, we're looking to the woods because we're hearing stuff at the woods. And next thing you know, the asylum behind us starts going crazy on the inside. We're seeing all of this stuff, these light sources in the building, and the stuff's going on out in the woods. And we're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Where do you go? Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So I'll get with you at the conference, and then maybe we can come up with a date. I'll see what dates we have, and we'd love to have you come out there, and we'll definitely put you up in the Airbnb and stuff too.
That would be so much fun. Yeah,
for sure. Man. So I wanted to bring that up before I forget.
Heck yeah. Yeah. So I'm not exactly well versed in squatching or whatever, but damn it, it was interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I tell you what, ghosts, I've been doing this so long, ghosts don't scare me anymore. I don't get that. But I'll tell you what, you go out in the woods and sit in the middle of the night, man, my adrenaline's going. That fear is back again,
Well, isn't it? I'm always afraid of mountain lions, right? And around here, we see them often, bobcats, mountain lions, things like that. And so I talk to, DNR all the time. The only reason, because my brother and I have beehives, right? And so we have honeybee hives. They're out in the middle of nowhere, and that's completely by design. It's my cell phone doesn't even work out there. You know what I mean? Wow. So, but I was talking to DNR, and they were like, listen, if you see something like that, you're going to need to shoot it. And they're like, but don't shoot it in the head because you're just going to piss it off. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they got a hard head for sure. You have to use something with a little kick. Yeah.
That's exactly, he's like, just aim for the meat or whatever. And he's like, that's the only way you're going to drop them. I'm like, that's
usually for me, it's right under the armpit on the side. That's usually the best place to hit them. Anyway, besides that, I got a question for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
I would. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a Bigfooter in the making. Look at that.
I really enjoyed just getting out in the middle of nowhere with a good buddy, stinking to high heaven, telling horrible jokes together. It was a great time until Dave said that we needed to split up. That was the only, you know what I mean?
That would be a hard
no. Yeah, leave it to Dave. Yeah.
That was the only caveat of the whole trip, really.
Yeah, that's when you figure out how much you really like somebody. If you have to smell them for a few days.
Right.
Yeah.
Dave is one of the
Brandy
best.
and I
He
know
is one
all
of the
too
best.
well.
That's good stuff, though.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
Dave's
That's
one of the
awesome.
best. He has good
Yes.
intentions.
He's going to be at the conference too.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
We'll put you guys your booths next to each other.
That's dangerous, but yes, do that.
Well, that's okay because
Please.
I'm gonna put it across from ours so I can just like throw stuff at you guys. Popcorn.
This is a great
whatever.
idea. This is a
Yeah.
great idea. Listen,
whatever.
I mess with people all the time, guys. I don't think people realize how many practical jokes I pull on people. So
Oh,
we were
boy.
doing this was one of my best, okay? Like this was one of my best. We were doing a conference. I don't know where the hell we were. The other side of Iowa, I think, is where we were. Whatever. And one of my good friends, Coyote Chris Sutton, was there, right? And Coyote was just down a bit from me. And so him and I are just exchanging glances and waves all throughout the day, blah, 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 blah. He had yet to meet my wife. He hadn't met my wife yet. So I said, now, my wife is also extraordinarily pregnant at that time. Like, no doubt about it, she's pregnant, okay? I sent her down there, and I said, I need you to fangirl hardcore over Coyote. And then I need you to tell him that baby is his. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
what was the best is that Coyote Chris Sutton's son is sitting right next to him. Okay. His adult son is sitting right next to him. So Kirsten goes over there and does this. And he just goes, no, it's not. No, it's not. Absolutely. No, it's not. And his son is like, Jesus Christ.
Dad.
I am crying. I am laughing so hard. I am crying. Ever since that day, though, so obviously before Coyote passed away and all that stuff, right? But he would send Christmas cards every year and all that, and birthday cards and stuff. But he would always tape a penny into the card, and that was child support. But so we just started calling him like baby daddy and all that stuff. God, it was the best. It was the best like
That's awesome.
running joke. But yeah, ruthless. But yeah,
All right.
That's awesome. That's too awesome. And the
So,
fact
guys-
that Kirsten would do that.
yeah, she's got to play along. She's got to play along.
That's
I'm the
awesome.
one driving her around. She has to play along.
Right.
Is she coming to the conference?
I hope so. I'm not sure
I
yet.
hope so too. Tell
Yeah.
her I'm nagging. Come on.
I will.
Well,
Yeah.
the last conference that Paul, Chris, and I were at was in Townsend, Tennessee. And that was the Bigfoot Festival. Anyway, we didn't have time for shenanigans because the wind was blowing so hard. We were so worried about everything flying away that we were grabbing
Yeah.
tents.
We were holding on to
Yeah.
our tents more than anything.
Oh my goodness. And Paul even brought these buckets full of cement
Uh-huh.
and stuck the poles down. And I mean, it was just
60
taking it,
at least
blowing it
60
everywhere.
pounds. Yeah.
We didn't-
Whoa.
We
Yeah.
didn't have any time for shenanigans.
No.
I was upset.
Yeah, because you were about to
But-
marry Poppins out of there. God dang.
But we will have some time for shenanigans on September 19th.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a
There'll be
lot of
some-
I've
shenanigans.
already got things going in my head.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Look out.
That's perfect. That's the spirit, Paul. Let's go.
Are you gonna stick around, Josh, on Saturday night and ghost hunt the museum?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We have so many people coming and a lot of special guests and things like that. It's just going to be a bunch of friends hanging out. And that's what it's about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in our chat that we've made friends with and that are going to be there too. So it's awesome.
That's awesome.
It'll be a good
I don't
time.
know who I'm looking forward to seeing more, the guest speakers or the people in chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty equal, but
Isn't that great when you can like start to put faces to names and you start to like meet these people that have been supporting you and following
Right.
you? It's
Absolutely.
freaking awesome.
Except we still call them by their YouTube handle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get
Don't
a
tell
name.
us your real name. Tell us your
That's your
YouTube.
name. That's how we know you.
It's Cat Tickler 24. Check it out. Hey guys. It's like, how you doing? Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh.
Smoky Mountain Wanderer came up to me in Tennessee, and he
Yeah.
introduced himself as his real name. I'm like, okay, I have no
Okay,
idea who you
fine.
are.
Yeah.
Never met
Not
you
ringing a
before.
bell. Not ringing a bell.
And then he said Smoky Mountain. Oh,
Dude,
Now
I
I
still
know
call him
you.
Smokey.
Yeah.
I call him
it's so
Smokey.
great.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good conference. We're going to have
It
a good
will be.
time. And there's a lot of great speakers. Everything. We have
Yeah.
every genre too, from the paranormal to cryptid. Dogman to the Fae, even.
Oh, that's fascinating stuff.
We have everything. A little bit of everything. Aliens. So
Yeah.
yep. So a little bit of everything. It's not just, that's our thing. What we like to mix it up, because not everybody's into ghosts. Not everybody's into Bigfoot, so
Yep.
have a little
Yep.
bit for everybody.
Well, we talk about everything. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a free for all. I mean,
I think
Yeah.
it's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good
I
stuff.
had my first UFO experience at Malvern Manor.
I do know that. We talked about that,
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was fascinating.
Yeah. It was like a mothership, and like 5 different things came out of it.
It's like, what the heck was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's weird to me. It's like, the first time I ever saw anything like in the sky that I would be like, okay, that's like a UFO for sure. Like, right?
Mm-hmm.
The feeling that came over me physically was what scared me more than the damn craft, because
Really?
I felt, as I'm observing this, I felt as if I was a 5-year-old child who just got my hand caught in the cookie jar. Like,
Right.
you're not supposed to see this.
Yep.
Like, it was this weird feeling that was a very like carnal type thing. You know what I mean? Like a very primal deal.
Yeah.
Just like hits you to your core. You're not supposed to see this. And it's
Yeah.
like 5 seconds, maybe 8 seconds tops was all that this experience lasted. But I will never forget that feeling, because it felt wrong. And
Where was it?
This was this was in Omaha, Nebraska. I was standing in my mom's driveway smoking a cigarette about 3:00 in the morning when this happened.
Wow.
And yeah. And
How
that's
close do you think it was?
so, and that was, I don't know. I guess it would have been maybe a block away from where I was. But all I know is I heard something. I looked off to the direction, and it shoots up, and it stayed. So it shot up and stayed, and then spun like with this green light around it, and then boom, darted off and just blinked out of existence. I was like,
Oh, wow.
what the hell was that?
Yeah.
So I say, oh, it was a block away. It could have been 10 blocks away, but I still heard it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but man,
Yeah.
it messed me up. Like, ever since that night, I was like, yeah, aliens are going to kill us all. That was it. That was it for me. They're just going to kill us all.
So have you when before you got into Malvern, like obviously you were probably a believer in ghosts, but did you believe in like aliens and Bigfoot and all that stuff too, or were you on the fence, or just like, oh no, that crap's not real? Or
Yeah, I mean, I always believed that, like, mathematically, aliens would have some form of alien life has to exist. Mathematically, it's impossible. It doesn't. There's way too many things that would mirror Earth or a Goldilocks zone or what have you, right? Like, it's a mathematical impossibility. Bigfoot, I always made a joke when everybody's like, well, do you believe in like Bigfoot? And I'm like, never met the dude. You know what I mean? I have no idea. And it wasn't until like my experiences with like Glidden that, I mean, I was on the fence still until, rocks are thrown at your head and things like that. And it really makes you second guess things.
yeah.
Because it was interesting for sure. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But I've always believed, at the very least, believed in the possibility
Sure.
that things like that could happen.
Yeah, I too. I've always believed in it as well. And when I was young, I had a dream about Bigfoot, and ever since then, I've like known that they were real. I just it's weird with that dream I had.
Now, Kristen, do you believe that they're more of a dimensional type of being, or do you believe that they're more of a being that is more flesh and blood, right here, physical?
So I believe they can be both.
Okay.
Because when Brandy and I had our encounter in Ava, Missouri. There was nothing woo to it. It was definitely flesh and blood. We heard it walking around. We got the 14-inch impressions after it. So there was nothing weird or out of this world, with that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I, hear a lot of credible people that talk about like they've come out of portals and, things like that. So I'm open to that. I think it's all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they can be both.
I would totally hop on board with that as well. I just, I want to know more. Just without the rocks, I think is what it is. I think I want to know more without the rocks. And that's
Not
it.
the possibility of getting hurt.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It's like, I don't want to come out of this thing concussed in any way.
Right.
Damn it.
Right.
I think they have good aim though, because
I think so too.
I think if they wanted to hit you, they're going to hit you,
Yeah.
because you hear that all
think-
the time that it drops around you,
See, and that was, okay, this was the part that tripped me out too, okay? While we're walking around with the owner of the land, he was like, well, over here is, whatever, but he goes, this section over here is what we call the nursery. I'm like, the what?
Oh.
Right. And so and I was like, just out of curiosity, why do you call it the nursery? He goes, well, this is where they're being trained. I go, explain that more. You know what I mean? Elaborate more on that. He goes, think of it like this. He goes, think of like an adolescent, like a child, and you're teaching them certain things, how to do certain things, whatever. And I'm like, oh, interesting. He goes, you want to see something else that's really crazy? He goes, look into the nursery. Let's walk in here a little bit. So we walked in to the area. He goes, look at the ground itself. I'm like, okay. He goes, what do you see? I'm like, I see logs, I see branches, I see rocks, I see all this. He goes, you see a bunch of shit just scattered everywhere, don't you? I'm like, yeah. He goes, look over here. I'm like, okay. He goes, what do you see? I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. It's like pristine forest, Over here, it looks like a goddamn child's bedroom.
Wow.
And he's like shit everywhere. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, this is really, really strange to me. So like when we had split up that night, Dave sent me to the nursery and I was just like, God damn it. Like,
that's nice.
Come on, bro. Dave also hid in the, if you guys watch Into the Light Part 2 and watch the credits, at the end of the credits, is me, you will see my soul leave my body, because Dave was hiding at one point. He put his camera on the ground, and so I couldn't find Dave. All I saw was his camera, which was still rolling on the ground.
Right.
And I was like, what happened to my buddy? And so I'm running around like, where's Dave? Where's Dave? Where's Dave?
Right.
And I hear this rustling in the brush, and here comes an alien, a full body like alien, like doing this weird stuff. I pulled out my gun. And I was like ready, and he goes, it's just me. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, because he was like, what, before we left for the trip, what are you bringing to the trip? And I'm like, well, I'm definitely bringing my gun. And he goes, you don't need to bring that. I'm like, bringing it. He's like, no, I don't think you need to bring that or whatever. I'm like, still bringing it. you know, and he's like, just trying to talk me out of it. Now I know why. Why. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too. Weren't you guys down in Arkansas too? When you did that in Arkansas?
That was in Arkansas. Yes.
That's what I thought. So, down there, like they have wild hogs and, just the native animals that will eat you, of course you need to be packing.
Yeah. There are things that are actively going to try and kill you.
Right.
Just because you're breathing. That's it. That's the only, it's it. Like, no, thank you, man. It's like Florida. Everything's going to kill you in Florida or Australia.
Yep.
I don't know why people even live there. That's crazy.
Hey, I don't know. I was going to go back to something that we talked about. Actually, it was last night on the Paranormal Show and Tell. We were talking about the 37th parallel, which runs, right dead center across the United States, basically. And what was funny, Krista, is what I might not have told you is that they call that the paranormal highway with all the aliens and all that stuff, 100 miles north or south of that parallel, Cape Girardeau, all that stuff. But do you know Ava, Missouri, where we had our Bigfoot sighting, is located at the 369.1519999
Whoa.
Wow.
parallel.
Whoa.
We were almost right on that 37th parallel, almost dead straight on. So
Wow.
that just leans more to, what Josh had asked you. What do you think these beings are? And you said both.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could this be part of it? I don't know. I mean, it was just very strange when you guys started talking about that. I had to backtrack, but I found that very strange.
That's
scary.
Creepy.
Yeah.
So Randy asked, we're at Neva. We were at it was a private residence, actually. We were on a Bigfoot camp out. And and it was, the guy had eggs coming up missing, and I mean, just weird stuff. And so
Really?
He had 2 dozen eggs, like his neighbor, which is a family member, brought him over, set him on the porch. And the next thing you know, the eggs are gone. All right. And they saved the egg cartons from the grocery store so they can just transport these eggs because they've got these chickens. So then a couple days later, these egg cartons showed up on another family member's porch, and it had a couple eggs still left in there. There are no bite marks. There was 1 or 2 eggs that were broken, but basically it's like somebody just picked them up, took what they wanted, and then delivered them to somebody else.
Boy, that's weird.
Yeah.
What?
So
that's weird.
Yeah, and they had a lot of different little things happen, and so when we had our encounter, I tell everybody this: I mooned Bigfoot. I know I did, because it was like 2:00 in the morning, and
oh my God,
we were tent camping, and so behind my tent was like a wet weather creek.
Yep.
And so I just went back and squatted and did my thing, and
you gotta go.
Well, after that they found out that that next morning, we had the push trail where it actually walked through, and you could see where it squatted and was watching for a while, right behind the tent. That's why I tell everybody, I totally mooned Bigfoot.
1000% you mooned Bigfoot.
Yep.
He's probably like, well, this is the goddamn first, isn't it?
Yeah. And all the circumstances that we went through, I'd pretty much given up on seeing one. Period. I'd given up.
Yeah.
Brandy,
Could you imagine that?
Brandy had the actual visual. I heard it, and I've seen the shadow of it with the moonlight.
Oh my God.
Tent, but Brandy actually saw it.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
They're definitely intimidating. I'm going to say that.
See, if I saw something like that, I don't know how I would react, if I'm being honest. I don't know what I would do.
I sat very still.
Yeah. Because there's nothing to do, really.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what you do, honestly, because I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was laying down, and I have a cot, and I was laying down, and my head was right by the end of my tent there. Well, I could hear it behind me, so I sat up, and I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of getting freaked out, freaking myself out, because through my mind, I'm thinking about the Ozark Howler and crap like that. I wasn't even thinking Bigfoot, like Dogman and shit, So I sat up, and like I said, we heard it out around our tent for just a bit, and then just all of a sudden we heard it move on, and it did, and literally the next day, we had we got 14-inch impressions out there right behind my tent. It was incredible, and everybody, this is what's really cool, Josh, is that we looked at the time, and it was 3:12 in the morning when we saw it. Well, everybody's tent down from us where it went to, they kind of woke up, they heard it too. And everybody's time frame separately, we're well, this happened at 3:16, or it was just
What?
incredible of how everything just fell into place.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was really interesting. I got to tell you, it was quite an encounter that I'll never forget.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you, don't give up, Josh. Keep looking. Keep
Oh,
looking.
I'm going to keep looking. I know that.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm going to have one of those moments like in like Ghostbusters, right? Where the very first time they're in the library and they see the ghost of the librarian and he just goes, "So what do we do?"
Right.
You just stand here and look at each other, or what?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so what do we do?
Yeah. Like exactly what I did. Absolutely nothing. Just stare in awe. Just
I probably would do the same though. I would probably just observe in complete awe.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
what am I seeing?
Though,
I'd have to change my pants.
When it
that would happen.
happened, like your adrenaline is so high, like believe it or not, like we crashed, went right to sleep. And I think it was
No kidding.
I think it was an adrenaline dump. Yeah, because Brandy, same thing happened with her. She was out too.
Yeah.
So I really do believe in an adrenaline dump because that I was out.
Yeah. And I mean, there was a lot of things that went into that. I mean, we'd been there for 3 days and we'd been to a conference, and I went out hiking the night before, and so I hadn't had a lot of sleep
or showers. We were pretty ripe.
Yeah, and we were right. And it was kind of like it was
That's
the
probably
last
what attracted
night.
it to you guys.
That probably that could be
it's
it.
just kind of like when you least expect seeing something like that, there it pops up.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
It was really cool though. It really was. It's something that we'll never forget. And
Yeah.
and then so now it's made me want to do more and more and more, and so now that we have access to Emmaus, with all that ground. So not far from there, as a crow flies, like a mile or two, there's a road there that I call Dogman Road because there was an actual dogman encounter on that road.
Wow.
Yeah. So Brandy and I and Terry Mosby, we recorded a howl sound at Emmaus, and it was out in the woods. And so we sent that to several people who are, well versed in the cryptid world and know what they're doing and know the sounds. And they sent them back that it was nothing native to Missouri, and that we got something. We captured something out there. So
dang.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, you need to come out there to Emmaus. Like if you want to, whatever you want to do, UFO, Bigfoot, ghost, we got it.
And didn't you guys see something at least the last time I was out there?
Yes. So Frankie actually saw a gray something go from building to building outside, though, went behind like the building, and it was outside towards the woods. And excuse me, we were thinking it was just a ghost. Honestly, didn't think anything more about it. Well, Paul was doing a show, and our friend Sir Brian Bowden was on his show. Next thing I know, my phone is ringing, and and Brian Bowden, he's a psychic medium. He's great. My phone rings. He calls me. He's like, "You got a Bigfoot watching you," and he described the 2 buildings where Frankie did that. He
described it to me after the show. I think it was after the show. And he had never been to this place, mind you.
Holy crap.
And he was explaining, okay, there's going to be the church and that other building down there. There's going to be some kind of entity, a black figure or something is going to be walking around down there. That's going to be your Bigfoot sighting.
Yeah. And Frankie, who is, he's open to it, but he's not quite there. But yeah, he was tripping because like I told him, I was like, you had a Bigfoot encounter, whether you want to admit it or not. You had a dang Bigfoot encounter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just, I don't believe in coincidence, and that,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't really believe in coincidence either.
Not at all. So, like I said, we'll at the conference hook up and see when we have some time that you can make it out there for sure.
God, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd definitely love to have you out there.
Place. It is a really cool place.
Well, I also think that Dave Glidden will be out there at some point.
He was just out there, I think, too. He filmed something.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but I do believe he will be coming back out there. So,
that's super cool.
We'll maybe have you come at the same time or something.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That would be
figure it out.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds like a plan to me. We what do you besides Malvern, out of the way, out of all the places that you've investigated, what's your favorite place?
Boy, you know, um, there was a residential case that I did in Saginaw, Michigan that was
Mhm.
amazing. Um, Sleeper Mortuary, which we kind of chatted about
Mhm.
also. Sleeper Mortuary, that has become, that's fastly becoming one of my favorite places to go. Like there's
That's
just
cool.
so much happening all
Mhm.
the time. So you really got to kind of bring your A game because you never know
Yeah.
when it's gonna happen because it's always happening apparently. But
Well,
yeah,
how far away is this mortuary from Malvern Manor?
4 hours for right on 4 hours.
Wow.
So
That's not bad.
yeah, you get down to the Kansas City area and just it's about an hour or so away from KC.
Okay.
So it's
West
not
of
too
Kansas City?
bad. What's that?
West of Kansas
I,
City?
I'm trying to think. Yes, west and I believe a little south then too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, really cool. Really
I mean,
freaking cool.
that sounds
It's
like good
very
for like a double
close.
header. You know what I
It's
mean?
very close to Garnett. So like the Garnett House. It's
Garnett
very
House.
close. It's
Okay.
very close to that. It's only just a few towns away, in fact.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's
Wow.
kind of in that neck of the woods. But yeah.
Wow.
So was it always a mortuary or was it something before then?
Yes, it was always a mortuary and a furniture shop. Like apparently back in the day, the building was so large it literally took the entire
Mhm.
block. It was the
Oh
whole
wow.
block. And so there was a furniture store, a mortuary, like all of it. Um, and then there was a fire, and then they rebuilt on the original structure and all that stuff. So they had to rebuild it. I forget what year that was, but yeah. Um, but yeah. And so now it's not the entire block, but it's
Right,
still
right. I mean, it's
15,000
sad.
square feet. What's really cool about the place is the fact that you go upstairs, there's a full kitchen. It's all temperature controlled up there. And there's like
Nice.
6 different bedrooms and 3 working restrooms with even 3 different showers. I mean, it's
Wow.
freaking posh compared to like
Right,
normal places that we investigate. So yeah,
right.
it's like, damn it, this is kind of swanky. You know what I mean? Like this is
I
great.
mean, when we get porta johns, we're like, hey, we're moving up.
Yeah, moving
Yeah.
on up. Exactly.
No kidding.
Well, it's the
Oh my
truth.
gosh.
It is the truth. But yeah, I mean, because I mean, that is a definite like something that I would probably want to do is a double header. I do that and then
Yeah,
because you always have time in between places because you always do. But
yeah,
man,
yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Doing something like that would be fun. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so I think they're doing some kind of an event, and God, the dates are escaping me right now. They're doing like night one will be at like the McIntyre Villa, which is in uh
Richardson.
Atchison.
thank you, Atchison.
Hmm.
And then the next night, which is the night I'll be a part of, will be at Sleeper Mortuary.
Okay.
And that's coming up this fall as
Okay.
well.
That'd be
So yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'll look
Man,
it up and see. I think Stephanie has shared it out. Is it part with Stephanie?
Yep.
Okay.
I think she was the one that her and Tori both like put it together and have been sharing things out, I guess. But yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't get to see any of the fun stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
stay away from it all.
I get you. Yeah. Yeah. Because you are not on social media, are you?
No,
I
no,
know,
I'm
right?
not. That is by complete design.
Yeah. That's actually pretty smart, though.
Yeah.
I like people and I want to continue to like people. And yeah, I was getting to the point where I was like, damn it, I want to keep liking you. And so I'm going to take myself out of the equation.
There
And
you go.
you can keep all of your opinions and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, some of that gets to be a little bit tough, but like
It's
I
fine.
just keep scrolling.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just it. It's like
Yeah.
everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I am
Right.
fine with that.
Absolutely. What did you think of Ashmore?
I love that building. I love that building. And I mean, Robin, he's
Yeah.
one of my favorite humans ever. I love that man. But yeah, I could probably talk to him for just days,
Right.
you know?
Right. I
He's
hear
just a
you.
good
Well,
dude.
you know, the funny thing is, I think there was at times where I have talked to him for days.
Yeah.
We've been stuck at different places together. So yeah, I probably
Conferences.
talked to him for days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is
different
such a good
conferences.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really is. He's got
Yeah.
quite the location there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh
Or-
my gosh. Yeah. And then so I did hear that Robin has stepped away from Ashmore
Yeah,
and he is letting her name is
Ashley.
escaping me. Thank
Ashley.
you.
Ashley.
But she's taking over, which is great. I'm like, that is
Mhm.
so cool. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
love
he's
that.
stepping away about this far.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
As much as that makes sense.
Yeah,
About as much as
he
I
is
would ever
not
step
as
away from Malvern.
active
Yeah.
on he's not as active on location, but he
Yeah.
is, he is still active. He's the face of Ashmore. That's plain
He
and
is.
simple.
He
Nobody will
is.
ever change that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, but he has been having a few health issues and things like that. So he
Yeah.
had to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that he has really done his part with Ashmore Estates. I mean, he has
Oh.
restored a lot of it. He's built that house out there, which Ashley stays in.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done, the bunkhouses, the outhouse out back. I mean, he has
The
done
fire
so much
pit.
to it. Yeah, the fire pit.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
is the time that he needs to step back,
Mhm.
but he can't go
You know-
away completely because he is still the
No.
face of Ashmore.
Yeah.
It's always just been amazing to me just because he has done so much just for that building or whatever, but he has done so much for so many people
Yes,
just
he has.
in general.
Mhm.
Like God, just one of the best people, period. Like just
Mhm.
amazing.
That was
Yeah.
my first investigation in Ashmore.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
And I got a really cool EVP down in that boiler room.
Mhm.
That was
That
awesome.
boiler room was awesome.
It is a cool place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've had some pretty crazy things happen there at Ashmore, and
Mhm.
same thing with that building. There's no demons or none of that crap there.
I don't believe so. No.
No,
It's
it
like
just goes.
I like all of my friends and everybody that I know that has like been there and been there
Mhm.
often or whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
they're always just have nothing but amazing things to say
Yeah.
about the place.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's
here's
like
the
I
thing.
don't think.
Let me get your opinion on this, because you hear a lot of people talk about, Ashmore. I know, like the Pythian Castle, people have said there, a certain TV show had said there's demonic entity there. I've been there a gazillion times. There's nothing like that there,
Yeah.
So I think demons sell, and I think too many people use
Yeah.
that word freely.
Yeah.
What are
So-
your opinions? What do you think, Josh?
I'm losing my mouth. Okay, so what I think is, have you ever seen the movie like Jurassic World, where they
Mhm.
start to
Yeah.
genetically modify dinosaurs, and they're making a dinosaur, but they want it to be, I think they said toothier. You know what I mean? Like they want it to be like a T-Rex, but it needs to be meaner and more aggressive than just a normal T-Rex, which is terrifying in and of itself. Just like a
Yeah.
ghost story would be terrifying in and of itself on its face. But now you have to make it scarier. You have to say there's something
Mhm.
demonic, something that doesn't
Right.
necessarily wish you well, something that
Right.
could potentially cause you physical harm or mental harm or
Mhm.
something like that, right? Because yeah, I think you're right. At the end of the day, it's a product to sell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're not going to sell it if they're just walking through and some,
Right.
you see a little shadow or something. They're not going to sell that. They're
Yeah.
going to.
You know,
Oh.
back in the day when ghost hunters first came on the air, right?
Mhm.
I remember them sitting down at tables for the reveal or whatever they would call that portion of the
Right.
show with the owners, and have no problem whatsoever saying, we didn't catch anything. We're not
Mhm.
saying your building isn't haunted. We just didn't
Mhm.
capture anything
Sure.
tonight or last night or whenever it was.
Mhm.
And we need to get back to that. Like,
Yep.
there's a lot of sensationalism, right? Like, I mean,
Yep.
we're trying to sensationalize as much as possible. And I catch myself doing it all the time on a
Mhm.
tour of Malvern Manor. And I'm like, I need to change how I word this because I'm not trying to sensationalize things. And in fact, I'm not trying to scare you.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to give you information and let the building speak for itself.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not trying to do that.
Mhm.
And I don't
No.
know, but I'll catch myself doing it at
Mhm.
times too. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think just that word is just overused. Don't get me wrong. I do believe
Yeah,
in the demonic, and they are out there, but they are few and far
sure.
between. Like a lot of places can have nasty entities, but they
Yeah,
were in human form.
yeah,
So and like they can portray or come off as make you think they're bigger and badder than they actually are.
definitely. Yeah,
Mhm.
just like the number one thing that we were
Right.
talking about earlier, like he
Hmm.
made us want to think that we're addressing something that's
Right.
big
Right.
and bad and
Yeah.
demonic
Yeah.
or whatever. Like,
I've
Jesus, dude.
actually done a couple like really true demonic cases, private
Yeah.
cases. And when something like that is around, I get really dizzy and I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Because
And
it hits different, doesn't it, Krista?
yes,
It hits
yes,
different. It's,
yes,
you can feel
yep,
it. There is
absolutely.
something inherently wrong with this situation.
Yep,
Internally, instinctually, you know.
yep.
There's
And I've
nothing
never got
like
that at
that.
Malvern. Never. I've never
Right.
been dizzy or
Exactly.
that's
Thank
why I
you.
don't believe,
Yes.
I trust my instincts and I
Yes.
know, like you might have a nasty there, but you don't have a demonic entity.
Yeah. You got a nasty that's going to throw rocks at
Mhm.
you from the front porch or something like that. You
Right,
know what I mean? Like you have a
right.
grumpy old man. That's it. Like
Yep,
that's what you have.
Right.
yep.
Like give
I
him a
do have a
beer and it's
question for
fine.
you, Josh, though.
Yeah.
I know that in some locations I've seen it, ones that I investigated over and over and over again, and then all of a sudden pops up this new spirit or entity, whatever we're discussing there. But I've seen that.
Hmm.
Have you ever noticed that sometimes when like some people come in and then they leave and then all of a sudden there's something new or a new vibe or a frequency going on in your building?
So we had three different teams. And again, I'm always gathering data, always,
Mhm.
right? We had, and I noticed this weird thing, three different teams over the course of a month had all encountered the same spirit referring to himself as Jeff. And I said, oh, that's a name that I haven't heard before. I'm going to need to look into that, right? And oh, I heard Jeff again. Weird. Oh,
Mhm.
they heard Jeff. What? What was interesting to me, though, what kind of hit funny was the fact that they must have been asking roughly the same battery of questions. Did you live here? Did you die here? Blah, blah, blah. They
Right.
always got the same response. No, I'm new here. And I was like, well, how does that work? Because that's
Mhm.
fascinating to me. No, I'm new here. What? I'm like, okay. So one time, this was around the November time of year, we were doing like some really weird Friendsgiving type crap over there. But we had a psychic medium friend of mine, and she had never been there. She's like, I want to walk around. I'm like, perfect. I'll walk with you. I didn't want to give her any form of ammunition whatsoever. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut. And she keeps like looking behind us, right? And I'm like, you good? And she was like, we have a creeper. I go, the hell does that mean? And she goes, well, we have somebody that's like following us around and like peeking around corners. I'm like, oh, weird. She had turned and she like was addressing seemingly the wall, but she's like, you can come out now. And so whatever it was apparently did. And she
Mhm.
asked for a name. And she goes, well, what's your name? My name is Jeff. And I go, oh, that's interesting. So in my brain, I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Like, what the hell's about to happen here? Right. Because I'm
Mhm.
still fresh off of this thing. And I'm like, okay. I go, what's Jeff's story? And she looked at me like you would look at somebody over your glasses, like, I don't believe about what I'm
Right.
about to say. And she said, Jeff says he's new here. And I was like,
Wow.
I think you and I need to have a conversation. I'm like, my God.
Right.
Like, that was really interesting. Like,
Yeah.
really interesting. So now Jeff sticks around. Jeff hangs out and Jeff plays pranks on people and
Your kind of guy.
will, yeah, exactly. He will lock people in the attic, which is fairly dangerous. So it's like, I wouldn't do that. But, but it's like, like he'll take credit for that.
Mhm.
And like numerous times people have called me like, oh, we're locked in the attic. I'm like, well, the attic doesn't really lock. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Right.
really lock. And it's a very flimsy door at best.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So I'm like, I go, put your shoulder into it. I don't know what to tell you. And they're like, listen, bro, like we tried that. We've been up here for 45 minutes. I'm like, I'm getting my shoes on. I'm on my way. Every single time that I have said those words, I'm getting my shoes, I'm on my way.
It
Oh,
opens.
never mind. The door just opened. Right. And I'm like, give me a
Oh,
break. It's almost like Jeff's like, shit, dad's coming. Like,
yeah,
okay.
dad's
Like,
coming.
yeah,
Hurry up, let him out before
he's
he
going to
tells on
scold
us.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he is laughing his ass off. You know what I mean?
I like how
know.
you refer to yourself as dad.
Daddy,
spirits.
daddy. I'm
That's
daddy.
awesome.
It was funny. There was a group that was just there that apparently in Gracie's room had an entity refer to me as White Daddy. And I go, well, that's weird. Like, that's
Yeah.
weird as shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
so we're not going to go there any longer. But yeah, weird. Super weird.
That is.
Well, I have a question. Well, actually, it's Jason's question in chat, and I find this very interesting.
Right.
It says, I have a question. What about people like myself who have severe learning disabilities? How would we act in spirit versus being a human being? So
That
I
is
have my own answer, but go ahead, Josh, you tell us.
it's a great question. So I personally have gone back and forth on this thousands of times because we have a spirit, a resident spirit that we call Gracie. Gracie had DID and schizophrenia. So what they used to refer to as multiple personalities, right?
Right.
13 documented personalities. Now, what's interesting to me is when Gracie expired, did her personalities wash away and just Gracie is finally at peace, is finally at rest? Or is it feasible that those 13 different personalities somehow magically became their own spirit, right? Now, I don't have an answer to that because then I could beg the question, is it just Gracie that's haunting Malvern Manor? Shit, I don't know. Right? Like it's one of those weird 3 a.m. conversations where if you don't have at least 10 milligrams of THC on board, you're not going to keep up. But like it's crazy to think about. Like, what would happen? I've had people that have come to Malvern Manor with, again, learning disabilities, severe learning disabilities. There was one lady that actually came who has DID. They have gone off their meds the week prior to arriving, totally against their doctor's orders. But they wanted to see what would happen potentially if they were not medicated at all, if they weren't in any way influenced by meds, what would happen in an investigation. Which, I mean, again, I'm never going to tell somebody what is a proper way to or not to investigate because that's not my business. If we knew the proper way to do it, none of us would have any questions any longer, would we? Like, we would just know.
Yep.
So I thought that was an interesting take.
So what happened with that person? How did they?
Everything was fine. Apparently, everything was normal. Everything was fine for them, and they got right back on their meds the next day. Obviously, but I mean, they wanted to give it a shot. But I don't think anything was out of the norm necessarily for them. But yeah.
That is odd. I'm sorry. But the interesting part about all that is when you're talking about those 13 personalities, what if it's just those 13 personalities haunting that building?
It's quite feasible.
Wow.
It's quite feasible. Isn't it? Like, if you think about that, like Gracie is one of the more active spirits on property, right? She could just be the antecedent of all of this, truly. Like, she really could be. I don't know, but I mean, you stick yourself in a haunted location for a living, and you come up with some really weird crap sometimes, and like your brain starts to wander, and you're just like, okay, what could? I always want to know, like, what causes a haunting? Is it people, or is it a location? Is it the ground? Is it limestone? Is it this? Is it that? Is it stone tape theory? What is it? Like, what is it? It is all of it, right? All at once. We don't know.
Do you know?
Because I was thinking about this I'm sorry, Krista, I keep cutting you off, and I'm going to quit that in a second. you're talking about this one being something new. Maybe this is just maybe one of them personalities just coming to the surface.
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. I was going to kind of talk about briefly at the Ray County Museum, we had, it was the Tennessee Wraith Chasers came there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were up in the one Indian artifacts room. And they were doing like an EVP session. But there's a known ghost there. Her name is Goldie, and she was a deaf mute. And so
interesting.
one of the attendees was actually deaf. And so they would ask the questions and he would sign the question and they were getting replies just by the signing. So I
love
think
that.
anything's possible, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like I think yes, if you, I mean, like you're saying, like if somebody's deaf, I mean, why wouldn't you try to use sign language? Of course, like try it. Why not?
Yeah.
That's
and
all they
worked.
know.
Love that.
Yeah.
It worked.
Exactly.
We actually, Erin, my friend Erin, she has it on video of him signing and then getting responses from
I
it.
love that.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool.
So I do too, because we didn't know, we were all kind of freaking out, including the Wraith Chasers. We're like, wow, that's new,
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is neat though.
I might try to learn a little sign language between now and then.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
well,
great
if you
idea.
think about it, if they're stuck in that in between, I mean, if they haven't made it all the way, I would say through the veil to heaven or whatever your belief is, then they wouldn't feel that wholeness. They wouldn't be put back whole, or what would you say? They would still try to be communicating the way they communicated as if when they were alive on Earth. That just makes sense,
Right.
And it's not a comforting thought. And that's what sucks about it, because it's not a comforting thought. I want to think that somebody like Gracie is at peace.
Right.
That she is, you know what I mean? That not like somebody with an affliction like that is not suffering any longer. Because I can't even imagine living with that, like as difficult as that had to be for her, right? So you want to think that she's at peace, but then getting back to the Bible and all that stuff, which I mean, I'm a Christian, and it says right there in black and white, all souls, living and dead, will be judged on the same day and all that fun jazz. And it's like, okay, time is a very funny thing too, right? It's a very man-made construct.
That is correct.
But it's like, again, not a comforting thought. That would also then say that, well, I'm here. I'm here right now, and I'm still living and breathing. So that would mean Judgment Day has not come, right? Which also means that my father, who we lost in March, and my grandmother, who we lost just this past December, and all of these other people that we have lost, what are they doing right now?
Right.
Like what are they doing? That's not a comforting thought to me. Like I don't like that thought. But again, time is a very weird thing, and it doesn't necessarily even exist really when you think about it, because we have to have time, because we have to know when to get our asses up and go to work to make a living, and we have to know when to feed the kids dinner, and get them up for school the next day. That's what we have to do.
Yeah.
But isn't it feasible then that without time, I mean, shit, my father died March 29th of this year. Isn't it feasible that when he reaches heaven, I'm already there waiting for him? I mean,
wow.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean, everybody's journey is different.
Right. Exactly. But without time, or without this linear idea of time that we have constructed, again, because we had to, like, I mean, it's a weird thing to process, but I honestly believe, like, you have like the hamburger universe, you have the, heaven above, and you've got hell or whatever below, and you've got the meat in the middle, right? I think that's kind of where we're at, right? I think we're kind of right somewhere here in the middle. And maybe that is like, I mean, what they call like purgatory or something. It's neither here nor there. It's, more of a holding issue or a holding pattern, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
know,
believe
guys. I
do you
don't know.
believe that spirits can go beyond the veil and come back just like to visit or to peek in on loved ones or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. And I wish I could get into everything that I've been experiencing. Just after losing dad, which was such a kick in the gut, you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah,
sucked.
I do
But
know. Yes.
Yeah.
but it's like, I
All too
mean,
well.
so my dad, he had got my son a fishing rod, right? And it was just, I mean, my son's 6, you know what I mean? So it's not like a real fishing rod yet, but it had one of those toy fishes at the end of it that you can practice casting and all that
Right.
stuff, right? So
Yeah.
my oldest daughter, who's 16, her and her friends were here. They're dicking around, and one of them accidentally broke the fish off and it flew out into the yard. Well, it was dark, and my son, like, that was the last thing that Papa had gave him, and he was losing his shit. Like, he was
Right.
sad about this. And so I'm walking through the yard and I'm trying. I have flashlights and I'm just like, God damn it. Like, I've got to find this thing. I've got to
Mhm.
find it. And I'm not finding it. I've gone up and down this yard for the last 30 minutes. I'm not finding it anywhere. And I just finally stopped and I gave a sigh and I just go, Dad, if you can help me in any freaking way, it would be great. It wasn't 15 seconds later, I found that goddamn fish that was sitting right there.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
was like,
That's
thank you. Like, thank you. My brother, the same thing. His truck wouldn't start one day. His truck just wouldn't start. It was the weirdest damn thing. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. And
Mhm.
he was calling me and all this stuff. And I was on the phone with him when he did this. But he goes, Dad, could you just help a brother out, please? Boom. Fired right up.
Yeah.
Fired right up. And I was like, come on, man. Now, is
You
it
know,
coincidental? Maybe. But man,
Yeah.
it felt
I don't
so
believe in
good.
coincidence.
no,
It felt so good. You
I've
know?
Yep.
had that happen to me more than once that I
Yeah.
can't fix something. I'm trying to figure out. I'm getting frustrated. Grandpa, what would you do? You know,
Yes.
5 minutes later,
Yes.
it's done. I got it fixed.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
And
yeah,
there it
I
is.
wholeheartedly agree with that. Yeah.
Kind of
I
like
mean,
the
Oh,
tent in Townsend, huh, Paul?
Yeah.
well, it's kind of like the story that I always tell is I feel like it's my first interaction with my father after he passed. And I was late for work and I was trying to find my keys, and I'm running around. I've checked everywhere. I've checked on the table. I've checked on the countertops. I've checked on the floor, looked everywhere. And I heard his voice distinctly tell me, Brandy, they're on the table.
Mhm.
And I turn
oh,
around and boom, they're on the table.
they're on the table.
And I've already checked the table,
I love it.
hmm
I love it.
so,
Oh man, I love it.
I'm telling you, the paranormal goat, like all of this stuff, like there's no rhyme or reason for a lot of it. And there's no written rule that this can't happen or this can't happen because you know what? It can because somebody out there's experienced it.
100% correct.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
No, I think it's cool.
I do too. And you know what's cool is you have a really cool building too.
Yes, you do.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
wait to see it.
Nice.
Gave me the scare of my life, but yeah, you got
Your
That
place
is,
is on our top 3.
Oh, I love that.
golly.
Yep.
I
That's the
love that.
first time. Well, that's the first time I ever felt somebody put hands on me and they felt real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I was like,
And that's just saying,
okay,
like, you would 100% think that it's just somebody that's
Yeah.
touching you in some way. It's very, very odd.
Yep.
yeah,
But yeah,
Really.
Yeah.
in kind of a weird, cool way. But yeah.
Yep. Well, this has been fun, Josh. I appreciate
It
you
has been.
coming on, man. It's been a
I
long
love
time.
talking with you guys. I absolutely
Yep.
love it.
You're
I'm
welcome
looking forward to
anytime.
hanging out because we're going to see each other a lot here over the next couple months, guys. I
We are.
love
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
yes,
I
we
love
are.
this.
And I'm looking forward to it. And we got your room. So text me or call me when you get into town
Okay.
in Richmond because we got you a hotel room for those couple days and stuff. So
Just be
Cool.
careful walking around in the room because I'll be there before you. So there may or
Yeah,
may
right.
not be something hidden in your room.
It'll be good.
Secret surprises.
Let the games begin. Here we go.
right. Hey, real quick, how is Johnny doing?
He's doing good. I talked to him the other day. He is doing an apprenticeship at a tattoo parlor. And so he's which Johnny's always been an artist. Like he's actually quite talented.
Right.
But now he wants to, do tattoos and all of this stuff. And he said he had graduated to using like fake skin type stuff. So he's kind of practicing on that now. So I think sooner than later, I'm going to have to get a tattoo from Johnny Hauser, probably.
Right?
So
No
I was
kidding.
just thinking the same thing. Maybe I'm going to have to make a trip as soon as he, gets
Yeah.
down, the whole
Yeah.
getting over the fake skin thing.
Tattoos
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
yes,
Tattoos for
all
we'll
around.
take a trip and book his whole
Yeah.
day.
Well, I did invite him
I
to
love
Crossing
that.
Realms. So if you talk to him, Josh, ask him about that because I did invite
I
him.
will. I will
Yeah.
bring that up for sure. He can just ride with me,
There you go. Perfect.
and I'll send him into the hotel room first. That way,
Yes.
I'll shoot him a
Let's see
message.
how you are.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
and I was thinking about this too, because I know that you and Johnny used to play pranks on each other, like sending haunted
Oh.
dolls items to each other back and forth.
Yup.
So I have another possibility for that to continue, and it will be Kathy at Ray County Museum.
I love this.
I think
love
we need
this.
to start passing stuff back and forth.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm all
would be
about
great.
it.
That would be great. Well, I can't wait to see you and Kirsten again. You guys are
Mhm.
great, and you literally are one of our favorite people. You really are.
I am
Absolutely.
excited.
Yes.
I absolutely adore you guys. Like I am really, really looking forward to this. So it'll be a
Thank
lot
you.
of fun.
It will be.
Absolutely. It will.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming on. And
Yeah.
tomorrow night, honestly, we don't have a topic yet, but we'll come
Yeah.
up with something. We always
Yeah.
do.
It's a free for all. That's what it is. It's a free for all.
Free for all. There you go.
Bring your question. We'll talk
Those are the
about
fun.
it. It's good.
Those are the more fun shows, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. They
Yeah.
are. So, and then tomorrow night, Brandy and I will actually be on Spaced Out Radio late tomorrow night. Also, I think it's 10 o'clock?
10 p.m. Central.
something?
Yeah. 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Central on Spaced Out Radio. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So find us over there too. And thank you guys. Thank you, Josh. And thank you, Paul and Brandy. And good night, everybody. We will see
Good night.
everybody on the
Good
downside.
night, everybody.
Night,
Good
guys.
night.
This is the future. Evolution.
The Crossing Realms Conference launches September 19th and 20th and will dock in Richmond, Missouri. This is already being called the event of the year, folks. With an unprecedented list of speakers and special guests, 2 days of cryptids, UFOs, and paranormal presentations, along with a celebrity-filled ghost hunt, meet and greet, gallery reading, vendors, and a film screening. This promises to be both educational and fun. Go to Eventbrite.com to secure your tickets and vendor slots before they are all abducted. They're going fast.